You'll be a force to be reckoned with. And we help you with understanding what your rights are when you go into a courtroom. When you go into a courtroom, your judge and the attorneys and everybody is talking, and you have no clue what they're saying. But we're going to educate you. We're going to give you the knowledge and the understanding that you need to know exactly what your rights are. And your attorney and the judges and everybody going to know, okay, somebody done educate that person, because we're not going to be able to fool them anymore. And that's what we're going to do. We have a whole attorney team that's going to come down, and they're going to do record expungements. Because if you get your record expunged, guess what? They can't pull you over and shoot and kill you and then say, oh, well, they had a bad record. They ain't no good. We did that. It's all right. It's all right. No, it's never all right. So we're going to clean those records up. You can get everything cleared off on your records except for murder and except for rape. Other than that, you can get your records expunged. People didn't know that. But we have a whole team of attorneys that comes down and do that. We also have a whole team of people that's going to come in and help with jobs. You all don't even know this. We have a whole team that comes in and help you with IT jobs, big old tech jobs, help you with your CDLs, help you become a nurse, help. All of this is free to you. It's free. But they don't bring it to our neighborhood. That's why the NAN is here. That's no more nonsense. We ain't playing. We coming. We coming. We're coming, because when you educate our people, and then you will have a whole team of people that understand and telling them there ain't no stopping us now. They're not going to stop us. And that's what we're here to do. We're here in Chattanooga. We just opened up a chapter in Memphis. Just opened up the chapter in Memphis. Do you all know what happened to Tyrese Nickel in Memphis? Yeah. Now, they tried to say he was driving erratically and he was all over everywhere, that didn't wash. Then they said, oh, he was a felon, he had all these charges. Okay, that didn't work. So they couldn't say anything that other than he didn't obey what we said. That didn't give you a right to beat and kill him. So now they dealing with us. You know, you all saw Reverend Sharpton came down. Everybody came down, and now we just opened up that chapter. Now they're going to have to come and talk with us. And we don't talk lightly. We don't talk lightly. So that's what we're coming here to do. We got a chapter of Jackson, Tennessee, we're about to open up. We have the chapter in Knoxville we're about to open up. We have a chapter in Clarksville we're going to open up. And Nashville is going to be the headquarters of all of the chapters. And guess what? Now we're going to be all over Tennessee. And you're going to see everybody coming together, because you can't fight nobody by yourself. Because when you ball your fists up, you see when you ball your fists up, what that mean? We got power. That's what that means. We have power, and we're going to use that power. We're going to teach you how to use that power, but we're going to get you straight first. Once we get you straight, and then we're going to show that power. We want people to be in them courtrooms. We want you to sit in that courtroom. All you have to do is put on this shirt and go sit in the courtroom. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a word. Take your notepads and your ink pen, and you sit in that courtroom. That's what them judges gonna do. You know why? Because you all are the ones that pay for them to be in those seats. You all are the one that come knocking on your door and asking for your vote. So guess what? We are the one that's gonna write a report card on them. And when it's time to be elected again, which is in 2026, all of these judges, attorneys, all of them will be elected again. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to open up that paper, and we're going to say, well, I've been sitting in your courtroom and I saw you do this. They ain't going to say, well, let me explain it. You can't explain. I'm going to explain when I go to the ballot box. That's it. That's what we have to do. So today we are here so we can swear in our officers. We're going to swear in the officers that will be the leader of the National Action Network here in Chattanooga. And first, the president. The president is the most important person that's a part of this chapter. And that person will oversee to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, because you can't do this by yourself. I have a whole team. I have a whole team that does everything. We all do it together. And that team will never, ever do anything by themselves. So that president is the one to make sure that everybody is okay, doing what they're supposed to do, and oversee all of the committees. The committees that's being done, that president makes sure she's the ex official over every committee. And you're going to form some committees here. And so, and then you have your secretary. Your secretary is, so do you all remember back in 1964, 63, 62? I know we got, everybody look young in here, but I know somebody know about it. Just can I get an amen? Yeah, I hear you or something. Because the secretary was the one that had all of the memberships. They knew all of the people that was members of the chapter of the NAACP, of SNCC, of National Action Network, all of those chapters that was out there. The secretary had all of the members. They were trying to get that list. They want to know who's on that list, what they doing, why they on that list. I need that list so I can go see them, because they wanted to harass them. So we had to make sure our secretary is safe, because she's the only person, he's the only person that has that list. And you have to know your boundaries. You have to know what you do. And she also keeps the minutes of the organization meetings. And she also keeps all of the dates of your meetings that you're having, the dates of any events that's happening, because people gonna run to the president. Can you all come and do this? Can you all come and do that? So the secretary have to keep that going. And then we had a vice president. The first vice president is just like the president. So if the president said, I can't come, I can't do, will you stand in? That first vice president stand in for that secretary. I mean, for the president. Always, always, no matter what. That first vice president, that secretary, and that president, they have a bond. And that bond cannot be broken, because if you break that bond, you break your organization, because then they'll infiltrate you. They'll come in. And I'm gonna tell you this, because they do it all the time. They're gonna see who's the one with the loudest mouth, who's the one that's always making sure people hear everything you say. And them the ones they go to and say, look, I got some money and I could give to you. And if you want this money, then you gotta be quiet. Be quiet. Some of them we do. Some of them, they take it and they go away. And some of them say, you can't buy me because I'm not for sale. And that's what we want. We want those type of soldiers. Yes. So then we have our treasurer. You know, the treasurer is the one that carry that bag. And we got to make sure that that treasurer is always okay. That treasurer have to take our minutes, make sure our money is right. You got to know how much from that penny all the way to that $1,000,000, because I'm going to claim it. We're going to raise $1,000,000 around here, because it's a lot of work that needs to be done. I just got here last night. Coming here to Chattanooga, I'm driving down the street. I'm looking at all of this. This looked like a ghost town. Where is the people? Where is the jobs? Where is the restaurants in this neighborhood? Where's your council member? Where's your official that's supposed to be out here? You know why? Because ain't nobody wrote a letter. Nobody goes to the meetings. Nobody said anything. So they feel that they can do whatever they want to do. But guess what? It's a brand new day. They got a new sheriff in town, and we don't play. I'm going to send letters to the council like I need sidewalks out here. It makes no sense that I'm driving down the street and every time I go over a bump, it ain't a bump, it's a hole in the street. No, we're not doing that. We don't want no abandoned buildings over here. We don't want no stores that we only have one grocery store and that look like it's almost closed. No, we want the same thing you got on in this neighborhood that you have in that neighborhood. That's what we want. And that's what we gonna do. We gonna fight for what we want. And we're not gonna give up. They might slam the door, but guess what? While they slamming that door, we already went in that other door and sitting in his office. And when he finished slamming that door and come back to his seat, we sitting there and say, now let's talk. We gonna go to the legislator. You all coming to Nashville so we could go to the legislator and all fight together. You know why? Because they sit up there and we put them up in them seats. When people ask you for something, you ask them what? What you gonna give me? Now, we can't march. We can't keep rallying in March and we don't have nothing for it. You can't go into the legislator and say, I'm mad, y'all did this. Okay, what's your demands? We always have to have a demand. I demand you to treat me right. I demand you to do what you have to do to make sure that I get what I need. And that's a human's right. We're going to study this Constitution because they done violated our Constitution so much, but because we ain't paid attention to it and they taking them out of our kids' school and making sure our children don't understand it, then they can walk all over us. But no, it's a brand new day and it's a new sheriff in town. Because we're going to educate our kids. We don't want to get mad. Stop carrying people's conversation. We're going to carry ours. Because if they don't teach our children about Black history in those schools, who cares? Because that's our fault. That's what we supposed to do. You got this big old building over here. Let's fill these buildings up with these children and let's teach them what their history said. You know why they don't want to teach them? Because they don't want to feel bad about what they've done. They don't want their children to know what they've done. But hell, I'm sorry. History don't lie. History do not lie. Our people fought to get to where we are. And how dare you? How dare you tell me I'm not going to vote? Because when you tell me you're not going to vote, you just voted. You just voted. Listen, I know everybody is on those P's and Q's about who's going to be the president, who's going to be the president. Is it going to be Kamala? That's her name. That's her name. Or is it going to be I don't even remember his name. Which one? Who cares? I'm not worried about that. You know why? Because I have to pay attention to my local election. I have to pay attention to who I'm going to put in that legislator down there. I have to worry about what judge going to be sitting in there because that's what matters to us. But they take our focus away by saying you got to vote for these presidents. You got to vote. No, you got to vote local. You got to vote local. That is the most important thing you could ever do in your life is vote for this local election. Don't let them fool you. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody take your rights away. Don't let nobody take your vote away because your voice is your vote. And if your voice is quiet, and so is your vote. And then when they come in my neighborhood, you know what I say to them? Who are you? Why you out here? I ain't seen you in 4 years. I haven't seen you in 8 years. What you doing out here? Who are you? What have you done? Well, I'm going to tell you what we can do. No, we can't do anything. See, we want to train you 4 years from now. We want you to come in our neighborhoods and tell us what you're going to do before the election. Don't come on election time and start telling us what you want us to know. Because you can't tell me nothing because my ears is closed now. Now, those politicians that's been in our community and then came in and did expungements and talk to our kids and all this stuff. Now we can sit down and have a conversation because I still don't like what you say, but at least I can sit down and have a conversation. But guess what? Stop saying they don't let us at their table. Who wants to be at their table? Because we're going to form our own table and let them come to our table. That's the conversation they need to have. So we have to stop carrying other people's message and we're going to build our own message. So that's what I have to say. I'm going to get off my soapbox now so we can have our swearing in.